Hi there. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Beachbody webinar. So I know we've got some folks jumping on the call. I just get started, figured I'd do some introductions and go over some logistics as the last few people join us. So before I get started, thank you to all of you that made some time to kind of jump into a new tool or a new system that might benefit your business. Teamzy is a tool that really does help you kind of gain time back or leverage your really busy life. So that's what I'm excited about showing you tonight. Now, I want to do some specific things, but before I get into any of that, I'm just going to talk about connection issues tonight, okay? If at any point you're having trouble hearing me or seeing me or anything like that, go ahead and utilize your reconnect option on your end, and what it'll do, it should usually clean up the issue. If not, go ahead and jump in the chat and just let me know, hey Jay, it's getting really hard to hear you or see you or anything like that. I'd be glad to sort of compensate, okay? So keep an eye out for the connection issues, but we should be good to go. Let me take a look at our numbers. We're growing steadily. Perfect. So my name is Jay Lisa Swain, guys, and I'm the Director of Customer Experience here at Teamzy. I want you to know that I'm a resource to you, okay? So if you ever have questions or if you need help along the way, know that you can reach out to a real person, okay? So at the end of my quick presentation, I'm going to share all of my direct contact info so that you can always reach out and have that information and you know you're not going at this alone. Okay, so that's kind of my background. Here's what I want to do tonight. First, I want to actually jump right into Teamzy. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to share my screen with you all, and I'm going to take you through how quickly and easily you can set up Teamzy. Because I know that when you're transitioning from other systems, or maybe an Excel spreadsheet, or whatever the case may be, it can be a little bit, it can be that apprehensive moment where you're not sure, and you just want to have the utmost confidence that you're doing everything right. So stick with me, okay? I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for sort of navigating through that setup process really quickly and easily. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump right into how to become a Power Hour boss with Teamzy. Because really, that's the beauty of this system. Teamzy is so much more than just a tracking app. It's actually a lead generation system with features that are gonna help you know who to connect with and when, and then what to say to them, okay? All in one place. So we're gonna talk about how to really maximize on your Power Hour, how to get the absolute most juice every second out of your hour. And then we'll get over into following up like a pro, okay? Because I know it and you know it. The fortune is in the follow-up. And really, nobody likes having to manage an external calendar or Post-it notes or color-coded Excel spreadsheets. All of that just muddies the water and it makes it that much more cumbersome for you to get through the day-to-day tasks. So I'm gonna show you how Teamzy is gonna streamline your follow-ups, put them all in one place, okay, and I'll show you how you can really access your follow-ups in multiple different areas so that you know that in addition to Teamzy setting follow-ups, you're gonna be able to set your own manual follow-ups so that you know you can keep in touch and show up for your clients when you said you would, okay? So that's what I wanna do in Teamzy. Then I'm gonna go ahead and open up the floor to questions that you may have. I know some of you have jumped into the system already or you've been clicking around. You may have a specific scenario that you wanna run by me. So stick with me, okay? There is a question and answer section, either right or left of your screen, depending on the browser that you're using. So go ahead and jot your questions down in there, and then I will go ahead and carve out that time, like I said, to answer those questions in real time, and I'll even demo for you on screen. Okay, so there it is. That's everything I want to do tonight, okay? So let's jump right in, because I've got tons of value for you. All righty, let's see here. Okay, so you are now looking at my Teamzy dashboard. If you have not already done so, guys, please take advantage of the free 30-day trial. There's no credit card necessary. You're basically going to sign up and you get to hit the ground running, okay? And the thing here is that Teamzy is a system, okay? So it's actually going to have certain activities or certain habits that you have to sort of grow in order for you to change your business, okay, in this way. So you want to jump into your 30-day trial and then really try and live by the system for 30 days. And then you'll be able to really make that decision. Is this right for my business? Is this investment worth it for me? Okay? We happen to know it'll be a no-brainer for you. Okay, so let's jump right in and let me show you how you can maximize on your first 30 days. So if you've clicked into Teamzy and you've just been kind of clicking around, trying to familiarize yourself, not to worry. You can get back to our what's known as our setup wizard by clicking the little wheel in the upper right-hand corner. From here, you have Setup Wizard. This is going to go ahead and redirect you to our 3-step setup process, okay? We're gonna keep it as painless as possible. So because Teamzy is more than just a tracking app, we're actually going to set an income goal for yourself based on the next 12 months. So what do you want to grow your business by? Now, I'm going to stop here for a second because lots of systems allow you to set goals, right? Sometimes it's just a number that hangs out somewhere, but in Teamzy, it actually means something. It becomes a huge part, a vital part of our algorithm that we use to crunch for you the number of highly productive activities you need to complete every single day in order to stay on track with your overall goal. Because really, guys, when we're left to our own devices, we often misstep or we kind of make it up as we go along. So Teamzy is going to give you a structured path. So you know, okay, I know exactly where I need to put my foot next in order to achieve my goal, okay? So first step, we're gonna set that income goal. Second step, we're gonna create what's known as a powerful why, okay? Now I know I'm talking to the right community here tonight, so you guys have heard of the powerful why statements before. If you don't have one, Teamzy is gonna help you through a really quick exercise, create your powerful why statement. For me in the beginning, my powerful why was my reminder, my armor when I went out in the world and I was met with objections or those challenging moments or quitting points as we call them in the coaching world, because they're gonna happen. It's just a matter of what you do when you encounter them. Do you persevere? Am I going to be resilient in this moment? Okay? So this powerful why ends up being a reminder to you in those challenging moments that you should continue, okay? Put your head down and push through in your own words, okay? I know many of you have heard that phrase, you know, courage is sometimes that whisper at the end of the night that you'll get up and do it again tomorrow. So that's what this can be for you. A reminder at the beginning of the day, the end of the day, that you should continue, push through, push forward. You can do it. Okay, so you're gonna create that powerful why statement. Third step, this is the meat of the setup process, okay guys? We're gonna bring in or import your contacts. Deep breath. I know this can be the scary part. People think, oh my gosh, I've got to bring in from LinkedIn and then from my Excel spreadsheet and Gmail. It's okay, all right? So we've created or outlined certain quick videos that'll walk you through exporting your contacts from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from the email services. So you can get all of those files, and then ultimately we'll walk you through importing them to Teamzy. So you may be someone that's thinking, I'm just not tech savvy, Jay, I can't do this stuff. Not to worry, okay? I am your gal. So at the end of tonight's call, you're gonna have all of my direct contact info. I don't want you to keep hitting a wall, okay? If you need help, reach out for help. That's what we're here for. So if you're having a challenge with setup, if you're thinking this does not look the way it looked in the webinar, go ahead and reach out to me and I can help, okay? All right, so let's go through and get started with our setup process. So we're gonna start by setting that income goal, like I mentioned. So I'm gonna read our little excerpt here. Setting an income goal will prompt Teamzy to suggest daily activities we consider appropriate for your goal based on our experience of coaching thousands of business professionals, okay? So we're going to give you a baseline. So trust that. Even if, you know what, you're thinking, I can do more than that, you're gonna have the ability to sort of go for your stretch goal or challenge yourself a little bit every day. But we are going to give you a baseline based on this goal. So consider your next 12 months of growth. If this is something you've never done before, consider what you made last year. What would be, you know, life-changing to my family? Or, you know what, maybe it's just a little bit at a time. I'm just looking to save a little more this year. Consider that and enter your income goal. Let's say I want to make $100,000 for the year. The system is going to start to immediately crunch those numbers, and it's going to let me know, based on my goal of $100,000, I'm gonna need to connect 2,899 times this year. Okay, that's 12 months. Whoa, that sounds like a lot. Deep breath. Guys, if you were to sit back, you know, take a step back and consider how many people you connect with on a daily basis, let alone weekly, let alone monthly, let alone yearly, the number would be staggering. So don't stifle yourself, okay? Trust the system and come along with us. So we'll take that 2,899. I'll hit continue. Teamzy is now going to crunch that number into more of a bite-sized chunk for me, right? How many of you have heard the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Not to worry, guys. No elephants were harmed in the making of that phrase. Okay. So the system is going to break down for you the number of connections by prospect, by customer, and then ultimately by coach. That's really the way we all see the world after a while, right? So you're going to be able to see, okay, Yeah, it was 2,899 connections, but that's only 6 to my prospects, and then 4 to my customers, and then 3 to my coaches every day. 10 connections, I can do that. That's no problem. It's a bite-sized chunk or a feasible milestone that's gonna help me achieve my goal long-term. Okay, so I mentioned here that some of you are absolute rock stars, right? So you're already doing incredible volume, you connect with people, you know, it's a no-brainer, you're like, I love the connects, I do this before breakfast, Jay. Fantastic, okay? What I want you to do is get ambitious, okay? We have now established your baseline, your structure or your path of sorts. If you wanna hit that path going 100 miles an hour, by all means. So come in here and decide, you know what, I can do 10 prospects per day, or I can connect with 4 of my customers. The same goes for some of you that may just be joining the network, okay? You may be growing your list of customers and your list of coaches. So if I've got 4 customers grand total, I might make the goal 1 per day and then redistribute the additional 3 to my prospects. So I'm still applying the focus that Teamzy recommended, but it's just gonna be to a different type or a different group so that I can eventually, if I spend enough time with my prospects, convert them into customer and then into coach, okay? So these goals can be edited. You simply alter what you'd like. We've also established a goal in addition to your connections goal. You have one for invites and additions, okay? So invites are going to be those intentional calls to action, okay? Inviting someone to an upcoming challenge group or an upcoming event or something like that. An ad is your lead generation, right? Anytime you meet someone new, whether it be face-to-face and belly-to-belly or social media, when you add new people, you're gonna wanna add them to your Teamzy database so you can get them in the follow-up cycle. And we'll talk a little more about that next. All right, so let's say I'm accepting my goals here. Teamzy is going to redirect me to finding my why, okay? Just holding my hand through the process. So you can watch this video. It basically takes you through what a powerful why statement is. And our creator and founder, Eric Johnson, actually shares his process. So that's actually a really good listen if you've got a couple minutes. So finding your why. Here is that exercise that I mentioned. If you haven't done a why in a while, or if you're thinking, you know what, I need to revisit my why statement. This is a great exercise, guys, because it pulls it out of you little by little, right? For some of you on the call thinking this seems a little California fruits and nuts for me, right? I'm just a get it and go gal. That's okay, all right? I was born and raised in the Northeast, so for me, the first time I heard about this, I thought to myself, well, what? And then I took it one answer at a time. Why did I become a coach? Well, because you know what? I needed to make an extra $500 a month. Like for me in the beginning, they were a little more shallow than I would have liked, right? What did I hope to accomplish? Oh, well, then it starts to pull it out of you a little bit. Honestly, I hadn't saved anything since college, so I needed to start saving. Why was that important to you? Oh, well, I eventually want to retire. I want financial freedom for my family. The answers begin to deepen, okay? And as you get to the end of this exercise, you'll realize that creating the full why statement becomes transcendent. Now, all of it sort of bleeds into one another. It started as a monetary goal, but it means financial freedom and a quality of life for my family, okay? Food for thought. Consider your current state, okay? You may realize that you're someone who has more of a dark why in the beginning. That was me, okay? Where I wasn't motivated by the rainbows, sunshine, and possibilities of happiness. I was motivated by what I stood to lose if I didn't do the exercises. What I stood to, how bad things could get. You know, that the rug was gonna fall out, the bottom was coming out from under me. Whatever the case may be, you create your powerful why statement, okay? It will evolve with you over time. So you can go ahead and hit continue here, and it's gonna redirect us to the meat of the setup process. So this is gonna be that contact portion. Deep breath, okay? So we've got quick videos for exporting from your Beachbody back office, exporting from Facebook, and then ultimately importing to Teamzy. Now, if you're thinking, well, I need to export my LinkedIn contacts and my Outlook and my Gmail, folks, I have been working with and tasked with teams that create systems like this for nearly, 5-6 years now. So this is something that I live, eat, and breathe. I've got all of the instructions for exporting from anywhere you can think of. So reach out to me directly and I'll help you through that, okay? Now, quick tip for exporting from Beachbody, okay? The video goes over it, but what I'll say here is that if you are someone that's going to export, that you're gonna export your customers or your coaches from Beachbody back office, I recommend that you do only your personally sponsored, unless you lead a larger team, or even if you're just someone that's choosing to lead their team and you want to include some of your downline members, coaches, or customers, just so you can keep track of what's going on, you know, motivate them along the way, things like that. So if you're someone who does not want to include your downline or your upline, pull your personally sponsored only, okay? If not, if you're on the other end of that and you're managing a larger team, you want to, you know, keep sight of some of the downline folks, then go ahead and you can pull your extended, or I think it's your hierarchy report in Beachbody. But like I said, that video will take you through it. Those two versions, if you fall into one of those categories, you'll know which version you should pull of your data, okay? Now, the Facebook export, okay? Some of you, this may have affected you, some of you, this may not have. What we've realized is that Facebook is in the process of updating their process for exporting data, okay? So it only seems to be affecting a few people. I think they're doing it in waves for their users. So if you realize, Jay, I logged into Facebook like 3 days ago and then but I never got my email from Facebook, or I never got my file, what may happen, what you need to do is go back to your Facebook, go to your settings section, to your download, and in that download a copy area, you may notice that the download is actually waiting for you, okay? Instead of them sending you the file, what they've done is they've actually linked it right on your Facebook page. If you're thinking, I don't know, I don't remember what she said, I don't remember how to get there, not to worry, I can walk you through it one-on-one, okay? So if you've been waiting a while for your Facebook file, the one tip that I have there is that you log back into Facebook and try and pull it again, okay? Now, ultimately, once you're ready to import those to Teamzy, you can go ahead and hit continue here in the setup process, and it's gonna redirect us, and it lets you know basically what file formats you can use to bring in data to Teamzy. It doesn't have to be a Facebook file. It doesn't have to be a back office file. You may be someone who has been an Excel warrior for the last 5 years, and you've worked your entire business on an Excel spreadsheet. Not to worry, you can bring that into Teamzy, as long as it's in one of these file formats, okay? If you're unsure, just go ahead and choose the file. Teamzy will say yay or nay. We'll say yay or nay. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like when we're ready to import a file. Okay, so we'll choose our file for import, and just like that, Teamzy is gonna run the initial screen and let me know, okay, this file is appropriate for upload. That's how you know it's in the right format. Okay, now upon import, I have a couple of options. I can toggle or click advanced import options, and it lets me tag this entire group or rank this entire group, because Teamzy is going to be really good at helping you prioritize the people that you work with, so that you can say, okay, I want to spend more of my time and my resources with this group of people as opposed to this group, okay? This is going to help you really leverage that busy time so that you can get focused and work with the people that need your help. Okay, so everyone is going to come in with a three-star priority, so they almost get like a security net put in. So Teamzy is going to start to prompt you to follow up with these folks every 90 days. So even if you don't go in there and change anyone's rank, they're gonna come in with that security blanket of 3 stars, okay? And we'll talk more about that priority on the next page. Now, in addition to ranking, you can do tagging. So I can tag this entire file, meaning every single person will get a little tiny tag that says, I can make a tag that says Facebook, so I know that these are Facebook friends. Or I can, you know, if I've got a group of my recent challenge group, I can actually bring those in and tag this as challenge group. I can tag them as Facebook. When you're bringing in multiple lists, this is going to be a really great feature for you, because then it gives you, at one glance, when you've got, you know, 1,000, 2,000 people in there, you can say, oh, we're Facebook friends, I know how to connect with that person, or, oh, they were in my recent challenge group. These are just little reminders for yourself as you're starting to create your master list, okay? So let's say these are all Facebook contacts and they're prospects. I could quickly say they were all customers if they were, or all coaches. I'll leave that at prospect, and I'll move through to the mapping phase, okay? When you're bringing in files from multiple different locations, you may notice that they call their address fields address line 1 or something like that. So that's what mapping is. Teamzy is putting email addresses with email addresses, phone numbers with phone numbers, and so on. If you want to be confident that all of your information or all of your data went in the right place, you always reserve the option to click show mapping. Or you can just accept that it did it automatically and hit continue. If I show mapping here, you'll see that it put first name with first name, last name, email, email, phone number, phone number. That's it. So we'll hit continue, and the system is going to go ahead and pull in those contacts for me. Now, I can go through to the ranking or the prioritization process, okay? So I just mentioned how important that is to Teamzy's overall system, because we are going to begin to literally serve up for you the people that you need to connect with based on this priority. So let's take a look at that. We've got your 5 stars are going to come up every 30 days for follow-up. Your 4 stars every 60 days. Your 3 stars, or that security blanket that everybody gets, 90 days. Then we get into the larger windows where we've got your 2 stars. That's going to be 120 days between connections. So that's for more of the colder folks, some of those prospects you're still feeling out or whatever the case may be. Maybe a group of people that have been, nothing but objections or stalling or whatever the case may be. And then your 1 stars are going to be those individuals that never come up. So I recommend your 1 star for anyone that's too far up your upline or your downline or anything that you want to keep their information on file, but you don't want them to be muddying your day-to-day follow-ups, right? You want to just be able to get focused, check out the list of people you need to connect with, and move on. But then, if you want to invite them to something down the road or connect with them down the road, you can search their name and pull up their profile, okay? So that's my recommendation with ranking. You can always watch this video and it takes you through the importance of that to the system. So when we're ready to rank, we will click rank. That is going to automatically assign everyone, like I mentioned, that 3-star ranking. And it brings me to what is the easiest way in the system to rank, okay? It's known as rank mode here. If you're someone who realized, okay, I'm gonna bring in my LinkedIn list, my Facebook, I'm gonna bring in all my lists first, and then I wanna go back and rank, not to worry. What you'll do is when you log back into Teamzy, you'll be on the dashboard. From here, click Team on the left-hand side, and this is gonna put you in the all category, okay? This means every single person that you've imported or manually added will be on this list. If you're wondering what your total is, go ahead and follow along to the right, and you've got a total number of contacts. Now, if I wanna go through and quickly rank, I will click on rank mode, and it's gonna go ahead and display everyone's current rank. I would simply go through our recommendation, because some of you are going to be bringing in a list of 1,000 people from Facebook, 200 connections from LinkedIn. These lists will begin to really build in size, and you can feel overwhelmed, but you don't need to, okay? Because that 3-star ranking gives you that security net. So all you really need to do in the beginning is go through and cherry pick your 4 and your 5-star rankings. Because those are the folks that you need to connect with in greater frequency, but everyone else is pretty much safe. So as they start to come up, you can redefine them. You can say, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe you're more of a 4-star, or maybe you're more of a 2-star, but you can do that, sort of chip at it as you go along, okay? So you don't feel overwhelmed. That's my 1 tip with ranking. Now, when you're ready to rank, it's as simple as clicking on the new ranking, okay? You'll go down the list and say, okay, yep, these are 4 stars. These people are 3 stars, 5-star. Oh, you know what? This person shouldn't be in here at all. You want to delete someone, you click the little trash can to the right of their ranking, and it'll give you a delete confirmation. You'll delete outright, and it'll just move the next person up the list. You'll go through the list, and you will basically simply re-rank every single person. Once you get down to the bottom of the list, you can quickly toggle type mode. Now, type mode is actually going to allow you to quickly check everyone's type right now. Okay, this person should actually, these are my customers, or these are my coaches, okay? You may need to do this for your Facebook friends, for LinkedIn. Your back office, they're gonna come in automatically typed, okay? So you will have your customer and your coaches list. Now, once you get to the bottom of the list and you realize, okay, I've established all of my customers, all of my coaches, then you have ultimately gotten through the meat of the setup process. Now, that's not to say that you may not need to add an email address here or a phone number there. Again, you're putting yourself in a position to never have to scrub a list again, okay? So this is gonna be your master list. You have to do a little work on the front end. So if I realize, you know what, okay, Marlo sent me an email yesterday, so now I have his email address. I can click on Marlo's name. This now becomes his active profile. I can scroll down and quickly add his email. You'll notice that when I click anywhere else in that section, it's going to give me a success message, meaning it did an automatic save. I don't have to search another page or anything like that. I can move on to the next person. Okay, great, I've got Rachel's phone number. Success message, move on to the next person. Okay, Laura actually is no longer a prospect of mine. She is being deleted. Move on to the next person. That's how easy your cleanup is going to be in the beginning, okay? So go through, cherry pick your 4 and your 5-star folks. As you're going through, try and figure out ways that you can maximize on these tags, guys. Beyond the initial tag that you bring in, you've got the ability to create others. So if I realize, you know what, oh, Melanie is in my 21-day fix. So now I can use tags to establish what products they like, or if they're considering coach status, or if they went to a recent event, or if I want to invite them to an upcoming event by location. These are just, you know, food for thought, just things to get your wheels spinning. You can create as many or as few tags as you'd like. Every time you create a tag, it's actually creating a list here on the left-hand side. So I can go in and say, you know what, who are the people that are interested in 21-day fix? It's going to run that filter and bring up just those people. All of these elements, all of these features allow you to get focused and work on who you need to work on right then and there, okay? So that's it, guys. That's the setup process in a nutshell, okay? I know that you may be thinking I need a little more help, or, I'm having a little more of a challenge. Like I said, you can reach out to me directly and I can help with that. So once you have gotten through your setup process, you've ranked everyone, you've kind of established your types appropriately, you're ready to hit the ground running. You can now lean into the system to create and really maximize on your power hour. So to do that, we're going to head over to your dashboard. Your dashboard, I want you to consider it a virtual accountability partner. Okay, so this is going to be your reminder of what you need to do every single day at one glance. Okay, so I know how many prospects I need to connect with. I've got 10 left. I know how many customers, and I know how many coaches. In addition, I know what my goal is for invites for the day and additions. Okay, so I know what I haven't done. Okay, I know I haven't connected with my prospects, customers, or coaches yet, but now I can get started. So I've got 10 prospects to connect with. I would scroll down this page. Excuse me, guys, I'm just gonna take a sip of water. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down to what is known as your Who's Up Next section, okay? This is sort of your power hour hub. This is gonna be that area that's serving up to you the people you need to connect with based on that priority that you set for yourself. So know that we're not having you do anything in Teamzy just for the sake of doing it. It's not just an exercise. All of the information you're contributing, all of the refinements that you're making to your own database are getting you that much closer to working with that master list, okay? To really getting focused to be able to do a power hour as opposed to a power 2.5 hours, okay? So I've got 10 prospects to connect with for the day. What I'm gonna do is scroll down to my Who's Up Next section. I now know that Eric Johnson needs to be connected with next because he's a 5-star. That means I have not connected with him in 30 days. So in addition to it monitoring what rank he is, it's also screening the last time that I connected with him. So I don't have to manage my last follow-up. I don't have to go in and set a calendar appointment or anything. Teamzy is going to filter him to the top of the list, again, once it's been 30 days without connection. All of this is going to be really freeing for you when you're not having to go and open one Excel spreadsheet, search them in Facebook, search them in LinkedIn, find out where you left off last. All of it will be right here for you, okay? So let's say Eric is up for connection. You know what? I don't even remember how I know Eric. That's going to happen in the beginning, okay? When you're bringing in lists from Facebook, from Instagram, whatever the case may be, you may realize that, oh, how do I know this person again? You may need to just jog your memory. In the beginning, you are creating your master list, okay? So I can do a couple things from here. Right from this dashboard, I can check Eric's activity. So I can see, have I ever tracked activity? Have I ever connected with Eric before? Okay, well, it doesn't look like I've connected with him before. What information do I have for him? Oh, good. I can see I've got his email, I've got his social media links, an email, a phone number, and oh, that's right, we're Facebook friends. That's how those tags come into play, okay? Because at one glance now you'll be able to see, oh, he's a 21-day fixer, or 3-day refresh, or, oh, that's great, Eric's a Facebook friend, I haven't connected with him before. Whatever the case may be, you use the tags to your needs, okay? So I'll see that I've connected with Eric before on Facebook, and I can see if I've made any notes about him. Does it look like I have any notes? All of that can be referenced right from my dashboard. So granted, if you bring in an Excel spreadsheet that's got a ton of notes on it, all of that is going to be available right from the dashboard. Okay, so I'm ready to connect with Eric. I send a bunch of messages through Facebook. That's just my process. It helps me really start tons of conversations. People like it because that's the medium most folks are choosing to engage in. So I find them where they are. I get to connect, drop them a little line of support, and then they reach out to me when they need to, okay? So that's just my preference. I like Facebook. What I do during my power hour is I keep a Facebook tab open side by side, and I'll come down to this area. Oh, what am I gonna say to Eric? Well, shoot. I could do a couple things here. I could spend the next 30 minutes agonizing over what I'm gonna say to Eric, which I know many of you know that feeling, right? You carve out a full hour, you get focused, you scrub the list, decide who you're gonna talk to, and then what do I say, right? Well, this is just a prospect. I want to keep it light. This is the stuff that eats up your most valuable commodity, guys. Sitting around deciding who to connect with, what to say to them, when to connect with them, all of this takes time. So Teamzy is solving many of these problems for you right along the way. I know who to connect with, I know when, and if I use Teamzy's scripts and dialogues, I know exactly what to say. So if you click on the script option, you can choose how you're going to connect with these people, okay? Whether it be through Facebook, email, Insta, Snapchat, whatever. I'm going to send Eric a Facebook message. It's going to load all of our preset scripts for you. These are quick one-liners. They allow you to kind of stop in, let them know you're thinking about them. Like, let's take this first connection. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. For some of these people, when you first accept a friend request, that's going to keep it as light as you want it to be. Okay, this person isn't a stalker. They're not, they're not all over me, but hey, they're supportive, they're kind, they're showing up. And then what's more is this connection 1. So then in 10 days, in 5 days, in tomorrow, I could send connection 2. I could send connection 3. And then eventually my follow-ups, numbered all the way down through to follow-up number 9. Okay, because we know, okay, with the years and years of experience of coaching thousands of business professionals, the fortune is in the follow-up, but oftentimes that fortune doesn't deliver, okay? 80% of the time, sales close on the 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th follow-up. How many of you follow up 7 times? Okay, how much business are you leaving on the table? But I get it, you don't want to be a nag. You don't want to feel like I'm bothering people. I don't want to inundate them with everything Beachbody. It doesn't always have to be Beachbody. It can just be, hi Jane, I hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. Morning Jane, just stopping by to wish you a fantastic day. I guarantee you, by the 5th or the 6th connection, if you haven't heard anything, you're going to get a response that says, oh my God, thank you so much for always reaching out, or I've been meaning to connect with you. Guys, whatever it is, whatever they're going through in their lives, it's got them in that stall pattern. You just need to create the right environment that helps to bring them out of it, right? So, hope with a plan, that's what this is. So, you're going to present for them your consistency. You're going to continue to show up for them, support them, make sure no one falls through the cracks. And in that, you're going to build an incredible team. You're going to build a great business because that's the kind of person that people want to work with, especially in networks. So, lean on the scripts and the dialogue so you're not having to reinvent the wheel between each connection, okay? I can easily say, you know what, this is Connect 1 with Eric and I, so I'm gonna copy script, come over here, I paste it, update Eric's name. Now I do it this way because I'm blind as a bat, okay? So when I go to paste these messages in Facebook Messenger, because you do need to paste them in Facebook, they look tiny and I can't see them. So what I do is I create my message here, especially if I'm going to personalize that a little bit, add a cute, hey girl, whatever the case may be. You can go ahead and do that. And then you just do another copy. And this will all become like muscle memory, I promise, okay? I would indicate I'm going to send that via Facebook message. I go over to my Facebook Messenger, I find Eric. You'll see that Eric and I do this demo often, so we send each other this message a lot. So I will send Eric that message. head back over to Teamzy, and you know what? This isn't an invite. I'm just checking in, stopping by. So I'm okay with Eric's default follow-up. So that means when I hit log connect, he's not coming up again for 30 days. I'll log connect. That sends a message to the system that I have now completed that connection. So it removes Eric from my prospect list for 30 days. It lets the system know I have now completed one of my 10 connections with my prospects, and I can move on to the next person. You don't have to look anywhere else, okay? If you're in your power hour, if you're really focused in the zone, okay, 9, I'm moving on to the next person. I'm connecting with William next. Great. William and I chat about upcoming challenge group, okay? Let's say we talk by phone. But you know what? Will's got to run right now, and I would love to get him all of the details of the challenge group tomorrow. But Will's a 5-star, so if I hit log connect right now, he's not coming up for 30 days, but I need to connect with him tomorrow. So don't grab the calendar. Don't reach for your phone or for the Post-it notes. Right in this connection section, I can override his default follow-up. I can stipulate here that I want to connect with him tomorrow. Now, because I'm actually inviting him to take advantage of my upcoming challenge group, I'm going to indicate that that's an invite. In the drop-down menu, I can quickly select what type of invite. These are going to allow you to pull reports so that you can see, okay, how many challenge group invites did I send? How many business opportunity, that kind of thing. Challenge group, log connect. It now, in real time, yet again, updates, removes Will from my dashboard. And it's always keeping 5 names here. So it's just filtering the next few people in, searching their priority and searching the last point of contact. So I've told the system I've now connected with 2 of my prospects, but lo and behold, it has also tracked that invite all in real time, okay? And I set a follow-up for William. Where did he go? For some of you, I want you to, for all of you, you need to have confidence when you're transitioning or starting with a new system that I know where to check my follow-ups. I know I'm checking all the right areas every day, so I know I've got a full 100% complete. Okay, so Teamzy is creating for you, in addition to your daily prospects, your daily customers and coaches, you also have a handy dandy follow-ups list. So if you click on follow-ups, there's William. And there will be a list of follow-ups for anyone, okay? Whether you set it for someone when you imported them, you went in and you were cleaning up and you overrode their follow-up, because you may realize, you know what, as you're getting in the swing of things, I already had a follow-up set for this person. So you can go in and search, like let me search Eric's name. I can search by first or last name using that search field at the top. And you know what? I have a follow-up set for Eric for next Monday. So I can come in here to his follow-up line and say, custom date, Monday. I don't have to do a save. I can just navigate back to my dashboard, and there's Eric on my follow-ups list. It is going to arrange this follow-ups list by urgency, so it'll let you know what's past due or currently due, and so on, okay? Your follow-ups list on your dashboard, just like every other list on the dashboard, is gonna give you a bite-sized chunk, okay? If you're someone that, I set up like 20 follow-ups, Jay, not to worry, you can access your full follow-ups list by going to your team page, and on the left, you've got upcoming follow-ups. This will give you a list with the actual follow-up date so that you can time block appropriately. I know some of you are gonna get really, really systematic with a system like this, which is awesome. So come in for the day. On your dashboard, you have at one glance, okay? I've got 8 prospects, 4 customers, 3 coaches, and then 2 follow-ups for the day. So I need a 45-minute, you know, I need a 45-minute block so that I can get through this, or an hour block so I can get through this. All of this allows you to really leverage the time you have and then really not feel guilty with the time you don't have, right? Worst feeling for me was at the end of the day when I thought, yeah, I did some stuff today, right? I got some activities done, connected with some people, I even got a sale, but then you always feel like you didn't do enough, right? Or did I connect with those people I was supposed to connect with yesterday? Or, oh no, was I supposed to follow up with my challenge group? There are just the what ifs, right? The things that could be happening. Teamzy is putting everything that's important for you, okay, in your immediate field of view so that you can attack that first. It's important for us to act from a place of priority or importance to us as opposed to urgency, right? Because you don't want to make a knee-jerk reaction to something that seems urgent, but really it's just because of the way it presented. It's not that it was actually important to you. So consider Teamzy is filtering those things to the top for you. Okay. So we talked about power hours, setting those follow-ups, okay? Now with follow-ups, you can always set from the dashboard, or you can set from the person's profile. As you're going through setup from that team page and you're adding information, like I mentioned, you may have follow-ups set for people. So go through, find their profile and reset their follow-up, okay? From there, know that you're creating that entire follow-ups list that you can always go back and cross-reference. All right. So we talked about following up like a pro. We talked about how you can really maximize on your power hour. I want to show you one more feature before I open up to questions that you guys may have specifically. When we're talking power hours, connecting with people, starting as many conversations as possible, Facebook is going to be awesome. Text messages are great. Basically, all the social media platforms are awesome. But you may find, now I'm getting an unstable internet connection message on my end. So I'm gonna slow down for a second. Oftentimes it's just me talking too fast. Okay, so in addition to sending those social media connections and reaching out to people face-to-face and belly-to-belly, things like that, you can actually send emails directly through Teamzy, okay? So if you are a Gmail subscriber, you can actually link your Gmail to Teamzy and it will allow you to send emails right away. So if you're ready to link your Gmail account, in the upper right-hand corner, go to that wheel, go down to settings, and then select integrations in the little middle to left column. It will let you know if you have already successfully connected it to Gmail. If not, you're gonna have a little button that says get connected. It's a like 2 or 3 step process and Teamzy walks you through it. It's gonna give you each prompt, okay? Once you have successfully linked your Teamzy to your Gmail, you can come in here and, okay, you know what, Marlo and I, oh, that's great, I've got Marlo's email. So I can quickly select type, and now you have a send email option. So I can click here and there. I've got a blank email template that I can create my own email, or I can even choose from maybe an email that I have created in the past and saved on file. So you can create and save your own email templates and reuse them with folks, okay? So it'll be as simple as browsing for a script. Let's say I want an email. I'll come over here, and this is just a sample, of course. I created a Beachbody on demand. I can hit send email. I would update the person's name, and I'd hit send. That simple. In doing it this way, guys, you're able to literally, okay, send the connection, move on to the next person. You'll be in the place where you can start 20 conversations in 40 minutes. Granted, these are 20 conversations you will need to continue throughout the day should they engage with you, but that's the beauty of this, right? Is now I've devoted the time I needed to generating those leads, right? I've done my part. Now I planted that seed. It's gonna grow over time. There's a certain sow and reap in this, right? So you're gonna start tons of conversations. You're gonna be able to connect with people how they wanna be connected with, by email, by Facebook, social media, text message, whatever the case may be. You know, you've got tons of features in there that just help you really get that power hour really humming along, okay? So that's gonna be the email function, and this is the perfect spot to open up to questions. So you guys jump over into the question and answer section. I'll answer the questions that are in there now, and then we'll pop back into Teamzy, and I will share with you guys a few more features. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. As I'm reading through the first couple questions, I am gonna share my direct contact information for anyone who does need to go ahead and hop off the call really quickly, okay? So there's my contact info. You guys feel free to screenshot that, or you can just jot that down. Reach out to me directly if you have any questions. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so Leanna has a question about duplicates, okay, in Teamzy. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that share. So Leanna wants to know, if I'm Facebook friends with someone who is also my customer in my back office, are they gonna come into Teamzy twice? So Teamzy has a duplicate filter built in, okay? So what it's gonna screen for is a unique first name, last name, and email address. So what happens though is that sometimes women like me use their maiden name for one thing and then a married name for others. They might use one email address to sign up with you, but then another for their Facebook, okay? If that's the case, you may find that you end up with 1 or 2 duplicate records that filter through, okay? You may need to manually clean those up. I have a suggestion there, because we don't have a merge function yet, or a duplicate filter, duplicate finder once they're in the system, but we are working on that. So if I were to create a duplicate really quickly, because I know the record in there for Eric has an email address, that's the only reason it let me create that record, okay? So now that I've added that new one, I'll just go over to the all category on my team page. I toggle rank mode, and then if I go down, because this is being arranged by alphabetically, it's going to smush together records that look similar, okay? Or that have, you know, similar spellings and things like that. So you may notice that your duplicates will be close by. I can see at one glance, this one's a 5-star, this one's a 3-star, this one has email information, this one does not. So I would basically just delete the duplicate. That's gonna be the easiest way to get through it for now, okay? But if you do have someone that was on your customer list, when you bring in your Facebook list, you will notice that the system will filter out that duplicate automatically for you, okay? Now, along this line of thought, I am gonna make a couple suggestions here during the import process, okay? One suggestion is that you import your Beachbody back office first, okay? Start with your customers and your coaches. If you don't have customers and coaches yet, then I recommend you go to your email or the contacts on your cell phone, okay? Leave your social media contacts for last, because social media, Facebook, is only letting you export very limited data. So it's gonna be basically first and last name. So in that case, if you export that last, Teamzy will omit the contact record that had the least amount of information. I hope I made that clear. I know that was really a roundabout way. Okay, so if I bring in Eric Johnson on as my Beachbody back office customer, and I've got email address and phone number and his address, but then I bring in his Facebook profile, it's only gonna have his first and last name. Teamzy will sort out the Facebook profile and leave me with the good one with all the good information. So I recommend you start with the files that have more info and then leave your social media contacts for last. Okay, now along those same lines, guys, you may realize that once you import your Facebook contacts, a week down the road, you've become a social media dynamo and you've added 100 people on Facebook. Not to worry. Teamzy will allow you to import that file again. So you can go ahead and pull a new download from Facebook, since you've added all those new people, import that to Teamzy. Teamzy will filter out the people that already exist, and it's gonna bring in only the new records for you, okay? Now, I recommend that as you accept friend requests and as you add new people on social media, that you get in the habit of adding them to Facebook, adding them to Teamzy in real time. So click Add Contact and just add your new person. You can add as much or as little information as you have at the time, and the system will allow you to add more as you go down the road. So that's my recommendation when you're bringing in additional Facebook files. Okay, let's see here, Ryan. When accessing the Teamzy mobile app and toggling between Facebook and Teamzy, it logs me out of Teamzy's mobile app. Is there a way to stay logged into Teamzy? Yes. So Ryan, if you've already enabled your save my login and it's not saving it, we may need to connect one-on-one because we had established a bug a few weeks back that was affecting a few people. So you may be included in that batch and I can walk you through getting that cleaned up, okay? But it should be functioning where you click the save my login, and then even though you toggle somewhere else and you come back, it'll leave you on the page that you were logged into, okay? So we'll work through that, no problem. Okay, guys, you feel free to jump in the question and answer, ask any additional questions you have. I'm gonna show you a few more features, okay? All right, so we've talked about connecting with people, following up with people, but as you go along, guys, you're gonna sell folks some stuff. You're gonna bring on some coaches and start to build out your team. So let's say I connect with Marlo today about shakes. Shelks, fantastic. Sorry, guys. So we chat about shakes. Let's say we do that through the phone. I'm inviting him to actually try shakes. So I'm gonna indicate that's an invite, and I'm gonna log that connect. Okay, so I logged that connect. I pitched it to Marlo, talked about shakes, answered all of his questions. He said that he was gonna think about it. 2 days later, I'm going through my Beachbody back office. Whoa, Marlo bought the darn shakes. Fantastic. So now you can actually update in Teamzy all of the sales that you're making. So I can quickly search for Marlo's contact record. Now from here, in addition to his connect option, I also have a sale button, okay? So I can indicate sale, sale type, take home direct, save. Just like that, I'm creating an appropriate record for myself so that when he starts to come up for follow-up, I know things that we can connect about. I know that he's tried the shakes. I know that we connected in the past about a challenge group. All of this will become a full, robust record that you can reference so that you can serve all of your customers and your coaches and your prospects better, okay? So when you are logging your sales, that's how you're gonna do it. Basically sale, indicate the type, and then move on. Now, we know that you're going to actually be generating income from these sales, right? That's the point of all this. So as you go along and you generate your income, we want you to track that as well. So Teamzy has a really great business page for you. This will keep all of your business statistics, okay? So at one glance, I know I have a goal of $100,000 for the year, but it looks like I've only tracked about 11K. So when I receive an earnings statement or commission check or whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and click the little plus symbol here, or you can hit add income in the upper right-hand corner. If you click add income or the little plus symbol, it brings you to your income report. You can quickly add income by date range. Okay, I can say I made $200 between the 23rd and the 27th, add income. And then it's creating an itemized list for me so that at any point I can pull that report by year. So if you wanted to go back and backdate your 2016 income, you can actually create a side-by-side comparison for yourself for some of that strategic planning or things like that. These are proving to be really great tools for some of our larger team leads who are looking to kind of motivate their team, or if they're working with someone one-on-one who's got a particular goal, they can kind of talk to them about what they've done so far and kind of coach to that effect, okay? So know that you've got your income report that's sort of built right into Teamzy for you. In addition to your income, the business page is going to be monitoring the number of customers and the number of personally sponsored coaches that you've acquired so far. So if you establish a goal for that, it's going to track your goal, okay? You've got growth reports, activity reports, and then your ratio breakdown. This is going to let you know how many connections did you have to make before it generated into a sale, sales to coaches, and then all-time connects. If you scroll down far enough, you're going to come to that. You're going to come to an itemized activity report. This activity report will allow you to pull filters. So I can pull a report of only my challenge group invites, or only my invites to try shakes. All of these, like I said, will help when you're trying to get strategic about, you know what, maybe next week I want to try more challenge group invites, or maybe I want to do a few more event invites, whatever the case may be, okay? These reports can be pulled, exported to Excel, so you can print them, or like I said, use them as accountability tools if you need to. All right, so that's gonna be your business report in a nutshell. And I saw a couple questions come in while I was going over those few, okay? So Kim wants to know, is there an app for the iPhone? I've looked, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, so Kim, you're not missing it. So we do not have an app just yet, like not a native app that you would have to go to the App Store for, but we have created a really great mobile site, okay? So what you can do is, whether you're an Android user or an iPhone user, you can actually just open up your browser and then type in what you see here, okay? app.teamzy.com. This on its own, app.teamzy.com, will get you the site, and then you would just log in and then save your login information like I was just discussing with Ryan. Save the login so that no matter where you are in Teamzy, it'll always keep you logged in. It won't kick you out if the session goes too long or anything like that, okay? So my other recommendation with the mobile site, what I did is I actually saved it to my home screen so it looks and behaves just like an app. If I'm in the drop-off line, you know, in the morning and I want to send off a couple emails or connect with a few people, I can do that in real time, okay? Guys, in the beginning for me, my power hour didn't manifest itself in a solid hour, right? I had 15 minutes before drop-offs, I had 30 minutes before dinner. Like, that's just how it works in real life. So take the time when you've got it. Utilize the mobile app. If you're having trouble with that in any way, shape, or form, reach out to me and I can help. Okay, let's see here. Any other questions? You guys jump in there and ask. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a few more features, okay? So mobile app, get the mobile app so that you can keep up to date with always logging your connects and never letting anyone fall through the cracks. You can use the email feature if you are a Gmail user, like I mentioned, and you can also track your income in Teamzy. Now, in addition to that, on your dashboard, you have your today's activities that we talked about. Those are the highly productive, like business-centric activities. In addition to that, you've got what's known as your dailies. This is basically a checklist to you, from you, right? This is gonna be the stuff that you work on for number one, right? Did I post to social media today? Did I get some personal development in? Did I drink my shake? Did I do my workout today? This ends up being, for some of us that are aesthetically motivated, you need that attaboy, right? So that's what this is. You can go through and say, I've done these 2, actually I've done these 3, but I haven't posted to social media. It can be a reminder for yourself if you're trying to build consistency in some of those other elements, okay? The next question that always comes up is, can we customize the dailies? We are working on that for you, okay? Our development team is working on an elegant solution for getting a customizable option, or maybe just some more options for dailies. Okay, so that's gonna be your daily section on your dashboard. Now, in order to receive 100% of your day complete, okay, you need to complete connections for everyone, and then you also need to do your 3 invites and your 3 ads. If you're realizing, Jay, I connected with everyone and I don't have 100%, check the invites and the ads. That's probably what's missing, okay? All right, guys, I'm gonna check the question and answer again, but I think I've pretty much talked your ear off for the evening. I've given you some food for thought, right? Some elements of a new system that you could implement. If nothing else, get your free 30-day trial. Get a success partner, okay? Someone on your team that you can sort of build this habit with, okay? Screenshot your dashboard, motivate one another. It becomes like a game, okay? I know I'm talking to some real competitors, okay? In the Beachbody community, you guys are just like everywhere. So get in there, challenge yourselves, okay? And let Teamzy help you. If you need assistance along the way, feel free to reach out to me. I am your champion in-house, okay, guys? In addition to questions or comments, please know that we are sort of building Teamzy based on your feedback. We're tailoring it based on the needs of coaches. So if you come across something that you're thinking, well, it should just work differently, or they should add this, you've got a little feedback button built right into your Teamzy, okay? And not to worry, I'm monitoring the other end of that too. Now, in addition to your feedback tool, you've also got a help button. So you can quickly hit help and send us a quick question if you misplace my information. But like I said, I'm always here to help. So as you guys go, feel free to jump in and ask any last minute questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna put up my contact information for you all. Thank you for your time. I know webinars like this can feel like you're sipping from a fire hose, okay? There's a lot of information. We did record tonight's session for any of your team members who may have missed it. So keep an eye out for that replay. If you're registered, you will get that replay link. Thanks again for your time, guys. Bye for now.